Welcome to the course. So if you've gotten here, then you've read the course announcements and you've looked through the start here, which had all the syllabus and everything in it. And you have started your first assignment, which was the orientation. So I just want to run you back through this in case you got to the orientation without doing those things. If your screen should look similar to mine, these things down here, let me see if I can do this. These things down here you won't be able to see, or this. They're just on my screen. But otherwise I've taken everything off of your screen so it's as simple as possible. The announcements, the course announcements, which are right here, end up being in this area, and that's not on my slide right here. But when there's important things, it will come up first. Be careful, because if you go straight to homework and you don't let it load, you tend not to see the course announcements. The announcements I will also email to you, so they will show up here in the course announcements automatically on the page. But I will also email them to your WWCC student email, which brings me to the point of you have to check your student email. Your student email is the one that has your first dot last name. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to see your counselor or look online on the homepage website of the community college, but you need to access your WWCC first name dot last name email account. If you have your email forwarded to you from that account and you never really look at that account, like maybe you have it forwarded to your Gmail, when I post things on my Math Labs, like I give you feedback or I tell you when an important date is, it won't come to you. You have to go into My Math Labs and you have to go to the preferences. So look around. It's not on this screen. It's when you first enter into My Math Labs Plus. There's a preference button. You can change it right there to forward to your Gmail. But don't assume it's going to forward just from forwarding it from your WWCC student email. For some reason it won't do that. So that's really important. So if I'm always sending emails. So if you don't get emails from me, then there's a problem and it's not forwarding and you should give me a call. Okay, so let's go through this real quick. The Start Here button, if you click on that, your screen should look like my screen. The syllabus is broken down into parts so that if you have to go back and find something specific, you could just look at one page. So you need to click on each one of these. So maybe about my instructor, there's a short paragraph about who I am. Let me see if I can erase that. The course description. Let me change here. The course description tells you about what you're going to learn in this class, what are the objectives. The required material will tell you you probably want a graph or a scientific calculator. You don't want a graphing calculator because they won't allow it on the test. But I've had people use their cell phone all the way through the class and then get to the final and say, I can't use my cell phone. How am I going to do these without a calculator? You're going to want a calculator for this course. You're going to want a calculator that has the option to type in fractions, because this is not a course where I teach you how to find a common denominator, how to add fractions, how to multiply fractions. You need to be using your calculator for that. Otherwise, homework would be really long. It would take you a long time. I'm not testing that. You will be able to use a scientific calculator on the exam. You just bring your own to the exam, but it can't be a cell phone and it can't be a graphing calculator. I gave you some idea of what calculator to use for the required material. The required material, the other required material, of course, is the textbook. So the My Math Labs Plus. And let's see. Blackboard Collaborate I will take out of there. You shouldn't see that. I didn't realize it was still in there, so I'll take that out. And My Math Labs Plus website, it tells you how to get there, how to access it. That is where your textbook is. That is where your online assignments are. Homework, there's two types of homework. You need to read in there about them. There's printed homework and there's online homework. within the online homework, there are 2 types. So you need to make sure you look at that. Quizzes, there are 4 quizzes in this course, and you download them, show your work, and send them back to me, PDF, through the email. So you need to be prepared for that and have the capabilities of doing that. If you can't send something or scan it or save it as a PDF, it is your responsibility to figure that out. You can do it with a cell phone if that takes pictures. If you don't have that access, you can always go to Staples or a store like that and scan it and send it. Grading procedures, make sure you read through that. Make sure you know what the grade is in this class. If you don't have a 50% on homework, you're not allowed to take the final and you automatically fail the class. So you want to make sure that you keep your homework grade up above 50%. Homework is made up of online homework and the homework that's printed that you send to me PDF. So be careful of that. There we go. If you need help, this gives you my cell phone number. It also tells you, you can call the online. If it's a technical problem with the My Math Labs Plus, there's a number there you can call. It's pretty good. I've called it before when I've gotten stuck and I can't figure something out, and they'll walk you through it. Also, if you need help on assignments, you want to make sure that you know where the help buttons are, that you know where the videos are, and that you know where my phone number and email is. Don't hesitate to call me or text me at any time. And then the final exam information, if you don't pass the final, you don't pass the class no matter what grade you have in the My Math Labs Plus. So you're going to want to read that. So in order to take the final, you have to have 50% on homework. And then after you take the final, you have to have at least a 70% on the final to pass. So even if you have an A in the course and you go to the final and you get below a 70% on that final, you then fail the course and repeat it, even though you might have an A on the online homework. And then if you have accommodations, make sure you tell me right away within the first week, and so that I can set that up for you and get that going. Also on the final exam, I forgot to say that the final exam is given in Clarkston and at the Walla Walla campus at the testing center a week before the final, which is, I don't want to say the date because I'll use this video over, but ignore the dates on here for other videos, or for the video. But if you, I didn't realize I had dates in here. So I want to make that clear. Ignore these dates if it is not September and October, because I'm not going to make a video for every single quarter. I'll just use this video over. But if you live within 70 miles of the Clarkston campus, you take it at the Clarkston Testing Center. You need to make an appointment at least a week before the exam. You can do it right now if you want to, and then you need to email me and let me know that you did that. If you are within 70 miles of Walla Walla, you need to call the testing center, and that number is in my syllabus. And it's in my syllabus right there. And if you call or go in or email them to take the final, you need to do that at least a week before the final date, but you can do it right now and get it over with. Have it all on your calendar. Make sure you email me and let me know. Okay, and that's about it for that slide. And I'm going to go through these other slides so that you know what they look like. I don't know why that's there. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like if you click on the homework calendar. A calendar should come up. You should probably print this off so that you know all your due dates. Of course, this will be an old calendar if it's past October, but it'll tell you that whatever date it's on, it'll tell you what you should be doing. So like on Tuesday, they would be doing 10-1 in the textbook, make themselves some notes, and complete the homework and the skills check. Those are both online. And then it also tells you the due date, which is usually the next day by midnight. And the due dates, if you get confused on, well, what time is it due? When you click into the homework, the 10-1 homework or whatever homework is assigned to you, it will have the due date and the time. But the reason I say you should be doing it on the day that I have it on the calendar is that then you have until the next day at midnight to get some help if needed. You can email me, or you can go into the tutor center or get help from somebody else. So don't just wait until the due date to do the assignment. I would do it ahead of time. I open up all the assignments after you've done the orientation, then all the assignments will open up. Okay, when there's a worksheet, it will state worksheet. You need to download that. You can download the worksheets where is it? Right here. You can download the worksheets on printed homework and quizzes, and I'll show you what that looks like when I click into that. Quizzes, you download those as well. Quizzes are due on the day that they are assigned, and they're due by midnight, so that's the only exception to due dates. Everything else, if you do it on the day that I assign it on the calendar, it's always due the next day. But quizzes are due that day at midnight. I always respond within 24 hours when you send me a worksheet or a quiz. So if you send me something and I don't send you something back saying got it, then you know it didn't get sent to me. I've had that be an issue for students before where they said, oh, I put it in the outgoing box, but it didn't go out, or I forgot to send it. So make sure you are doing that. Here's what the online homework tab looks like. So I have opened up 2 assignments here just so that you could see what it looked like. Let me see if I can get this. So I opened up, I don't know why that's not, just a minute here. There we go. I opened up 2 assignments for you just so you could see what it looked like when they're open. This is what it'll look like. They'll be blue. It's a link. So you click on it and then it will take you to that. So if you clicked on that, it would take you to the orientation assignment. Also notice that right here, it shows you when it's due and what time it's due. So that's how you'll know that you have homework and that it's open for you. And again, I try to open them all up so that you can work at the pace that you want to work at. I know some of you have a job or 2 jobs, and this is why you're taking a class online, because you don't have time every day to go to a class. Online classes generally take more time. People don't think that until they take one and they go, wow, I spent a lot of time on that class, or it was really hard. It is hard, so expect that to be hard and expect to ask questions. But also, work ahead. I can't give you the quizzes ahead. The quizzes are on the days that they're assigned, but anything else you can work ahead and I can give you feedback on. I don't take late assignments, so make sure that you pay attention to due dates and that you plan accordingly in your life. I've made videos, but all these videos I've now linked to the homework, so you can't start the homework without watching the video. If you don't want to watch the video, you just have to start it and then stop it, and then it will let you do the assignments if you already know how to do the assignment. One of the things that I find difficult, and a lot of other people do too, I know what you're feeling, is you read a math book and it's like reading foreign language. So if you don't want to read the math book, go ahead and watch the video. The final that you take is written by the instructors at CC, at Walla Walla Community College. So it's not necessarily written by the textbook author. So the text sometimes focuses on different concepts that you don't need. So in the videos, I try to teach you the minimum and then teach you what you need for the assignment and what you need for the final. So if you are feeling like you're cramped for time, you don't want to read the textbook, then watch the video. If you enjoy reading the textbook and that makes more sense to you, go for it. Be careful in the videos. I've tried to fix some of them, but I made them a long time ago just quickly, and then I realized that students really appreciated it and could use it, and they kept telling me that. So I left them on. I haven't redone many of them yet, but that's on my to-do list. So if there's any dates on the videos, if it says, oh, you have a quiz tomorrow, ignore that because they were made last year. Let me know if there's errors on the videos, or if there's parts of the videos, if there's a concept that you would have appreciated that was in the video. That will help me make them better for the next class coming. And then the last part I want to show you is the exam question bank. This one says summer, and it might still say summer when you're there. I'm not sure. They usually update it every quarter. It is the people that design your exam at the community college put out this question bank that has 100, 150 problems in it. Those are actual questions that they're going to use on the final. So they randomly pick the questions from the final from this. So you're literally seeing the final. I've tried to put the question bank questions into my worksheets and quizzes so that you have a chance to do them throughout the class. You can also go to the exam bank and do them yourself. Some people say they go through the whole exam bank and do it. I'm not allowed to post the answers to the exam bank online, but I get around that by putting them into quizzes and worksheets. But if you were ever on the exam bank and you want to know if you did it properly or not, just email me or text me either way, and I can say yes, that's the answer, or no, that's not. But most of the exam bank questions are built into my worksheets and quizzes to prepare you for that exam. So that's about it for this video. Just make sure that you complete the orientation. Once you complete the orientation, then you can send me an email and I will open up the next assignment, but I will not open up the very first assignment until you complete the orientation assignment. That's to ensure that you have all the information that's needed for this course. So as soon as you complete the orientation assignment, just text me or email me and then I'll open it up for you. Thanks, and let me know anytime you need help in this course.